China and Iran, a new alliance in the Persian Gulf. The waters of the Persian Gulf are beginning to look very different. For decades, this narrow stretch of sea was patrolled by Western navies, with the U.S. Fifth Fleet practically a fixture. But now, a new shadow is appearing on the waves, sleek, modern, and flying a red flag with golden stars. China is here, and it's not just visiting. In a move that's reshaping the balance of power in the Middle East, China and Iran have joined forces. This isn't a military drill, it's a strategic realignment. It's joint naval operations, cyber coordination, advanced satellite data sharing, and more. Iran, once isolated and boxed in by sanctions, has found a powerful ally. And China, hungry for global influence and security over energy routes, just gained a beachhead near the Strait of Hormuz. This alliance could change everything. If you're concerned about how this shift could affect global peace, energy security, or even the next military flashpoint, hit that like button and share this video. Let's get the conversation started. The Persian Gulf has always been a chessboard. Control over it means control over nearly 30% of the world's oil shipments. But until now, there was one constant: U.S. dominance. That's changing. China's navy is no longer just circling in the South China Sea. It's docking in Iranian ports. Not symbolic visits, but full-scale cooperation, joint drills, shared logistics, and coordinated surveillance of critical maritime routes. Iran has long sought partners to push back against U.S. naval pressure. China is offering something more than words: technology, manpower, and commitment. The Chinese vessels arriving in the Gulf aren't outdated second-hand ships. These are stealth-enabled, missile-loaded, AI-assisted warships. Type 052D destroyers with radar-evading hulls, vertical missile launchers, and long-range detection systems. Inside, command rooms link directly to Chinese satellites. Communications are encrypted, instant, and secure. Iranian officers are being trained to integrate their systems with these Chinese platforms. These aren't exercises, they're rehearsals. Together, China and Iran are simulating hostile encounters, refining defense strategies, and sending one clear message: the waters off Iran's coast are no longer Western-controlled. Iran brings strategic location and local intelligence. China brings hardware, software, and a forward presence. Through this alliance, Iran now has access to Beidou's satellite surveillance, advanced Chinese drones, and cyber warfare tools. In return, China gains on-the-ground insight into U.S. naval tactics in the Gulf, a treasure trove for future conflict scenarios. What do you think about this new military cooperation? Is it a smart move by Iran, or does it risk triggering something bigger? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective. China's interest isn't just about power projection. It's about oil, plain and simple. The Belt and Road Initiative relies heavily on stable maritime routes, and no route is more vulnerable than the Strait of Hormuz. By partnering with Iran, China is securing future energy flow and investment opportunities in port infrastructure, refueling depots, and digital surveillance networks. Iran, in turn, benefits from infrastructure upgrades, economic investment, and reduced dependency on traditional Western trade channels. This alliance is laying down fiber optic cables alongside military radars, linking hard power with soft influence. It's not just about guns and ships. The image of Chinese and Iranian flags flying side by side in the Gulf sends ripples across the Middle East. For regional rivals like Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and even Israel, this partnership raises difficult questions. Can U.S. guarantees still be trusted? Will Chinese involvement embolden Iran in future regional disputes? The psychological effect is already setting in. There's a new balance of fear, and China is no longer viewed as a distant observer, it's a participant. While the U.S. is still upgrading parts of its Fifth Fleet and refining naval strategies in the Indo-Pacific, its attention is stretched thin. Budget constraints, global obligations, and political divisions back home are slowing down response times. And with China moving fast, it's unclear whether Washington can match this pace in the Gulf. In Bahrain, where the U.S. Fifth Fleet is based, there are growing concerns. Analysts say it's not about who has the most ships, but who's building trust, infrastructure, and staying power. When more powerful navies enter tight waterways, the risk of mistakes grows. One miscalculated drill, one radar lock-on, one misinterpreted signal can lead to conflict. With Iranian, Chinese, U.S., and Gulf state vessels all operating in the same waters, we may be entering a dangerously unstable equilibrium. But at the same time, there's a possibility that new alliances like this could force a kind of cold balance, where no one dares strike first. Stay with us as we cover how this develops, and consider subscribing so you don't miss the next update on this geopolitical flashpoint. This alliance gives Iran something it hasn't had in decades, a global military partner with real weight. It boosts Iran's deterrent capabilities and gives it breathing space from Western pressure. For China, it's about reach. The U.S. has 750 military bases worldwide. China has one in Djibouti. But now, informal bases like Iranian ports could become the stepping stones of Chinese military presence in new theaters. China may not seek to replace the U.S. militarily just yet, but it's clearly setting the table. The military pact between China and Iran is more than a footnote in history, it's a warning flare. A new security order is being drafted in the Persian Gulf. Old alliances are being tested. New ones are forming. Whether this leads to more stability or spirals into confrontation remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The U.S. is no longer the only player with power in this region. If this video helped you understand the growing importance of the China-Iran alliance, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.